What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Digital Difference Maker YouTube channel. My name is David, and today we're going to be talking about how to keep your digital marketing clients. Let's get into it. All right. So let's talk about how to keep your digital marketing clients. But before I get into things, let me discuss this. There's a lot of different opinions about how to maintain business relationships and to foster relationships in the business world, so on and so forth. These principles, there are three of them that I'm going to talk about today. And these principles I found very, very helpful and very, very beneficial because they simplify a lot of things. They allow us to zone in on the actual results and expectations that we want. They allow us to use our time efficiently and effectively and make our clients feel better about the results that they're receiving. So, without further ado, principle number one, build rapport. So you took all the time to go get your client, right? You spent countless hours doing research and investigation and networking and strategy building and pitching and concepts, and now finally you've worked your lead all the way to getting your service with this client. Fantastic. So now one of the main things that I found super helpful is to focus on building a rapport or building a relationship with your client in question. So not only talking about business related items, but get to know them on a personal level. What actually makes them tick? How did they get involved in the business that they're currently in? Asking these questions not only to yourself, but your client in question will be greatly beneficial. It'll not only be beneficial for your marketing knowledge of that business, but it'll deepen that rapport between you and your client. Then you have a better idea of exactly what to do, and you can build that trust that you have, that everyone loves to have with their perfect client relationships. With building rapport, some strategies I would recommend. Number one, go visit them. If they have a place of business, go visit them, go see what their business is about, see how they got started and founded, so on and so forth. Number two, ask them really insightful questions about their business. Can you hear my dogs howling in the background? I think somebody's at my house. So ask them really insightful questions about their business. Their business is extremely important to them. Small and medium-sized businesses specifically, because usually the owners or the managers spend a lot of time at the place of business, fine-tuning, tweaking, and perfecting their craft. Ask them about it. How did they get started? Where did they come from? What led them to here? And what are they looking to do that's going to be the most impactful? That's another great strategy. Another one would be, don't only build a rapport with the person who gave you the business. Let's say you won the business from the business owner, right? But maybe they have some key stakeholders that influence decision making, such as a digital marketing manager or a key contact or whomever it may be. Get to know them as well, because it's important to have not only them on your side, but their perspective about the business, because they can give you some more insight on how to effectively execute your services. All right, so that's number one. That's building rapport. Number two is being responsive. This is totally awesome. But there's a caveat to this. You need to remain balanced. So, to be responsive, what does that mean? Oftentimes now when businesses seek out vendors, it takes days and days for them to get to the final solution that they're looking for. One of the main obstacles that I see day in and day out is businesses reach out to their current vendors, but they lack the support and initiative to give those solutions to problems back to the business. And that's tough, you know. Bring back the customer service and be responsive. Touch base with them. What does this mean practically? Touch base, right? Develop touch bases, communication. Like let's say they just started with you. Maybe you want to set up, call times where you could say, you know what, let's talk about this on week 2 because this is part of our launch. And then, on week 4, we can round out an entire report. Establish that expectation of when you will be communicating with them so that they know. Plus, be responsive, right? Be proactive as well. Don't be afraid to just reach out and say, hey, I'm going through some of your statistics. I like this and that. I had this idea. Just throwing it out there. Hope you're doing well. That just shows that you're on your game, right? You're different. You have an eye out for their business, an eye out for, really what they want and need. They feel as though they have an ally. Not only be responsive and quick, like if a support request comes in or an email, answer it quickly. Even if you don't have the answer, just say, you know what, I got to look at this, but thank you for bringing this to my attention, and I will get back to you by the end of the day with what I came up with. I use that countless times. And even when I don't know the exact answer, it just is nice that, someone responded and I know that they feel heard, because many vendors during this time don't have that quick and agile response. So not only be responsive, but be proactive. That's point number 2 with communication. Principle number 3, this one may seem obvious, but you need to deliver results. At the end of the day, you can develop a rapport and connection, and you can be nice and sweet, but you have to balance that with laying out an expectation and delivering the results. Even if the results aren't exactly what you projected in your forecasts, you can be honest. You can show timelines of how you're going to adjust your expectation, but you have to touch base on results. A couple ways that I do this in practical purposes is my clients, I will email them a custom report every month, every single month. I use an actual template, but then I craft and tweak it to make sure it's customized to them. It's very simple, easy, and insightful. If you'd like a copy of that, feel free to visit digitaldifferencemakers.com and click into resources, and you can download a free template. But I always send a monthly recap. That way I can depict the actual business results of what's going on. And I not only depict results that I look at, I start with the results that I know are their key performance indicators, because we've defined those in the beginning. Delivering results is key. And let me tell you this, I've had client relationships for multiple years. Not everything goes smooth. Sometimes there will be problems. Sometimes there will be obstacles. Sometimes, something gets broken and you have to go in and problem solve and fix it. I found that when those times happen, that is where the relationship gets strengthened. Because if they know they can count on you in times that are tough or there's a problem and you can help them solve it or even point them in the right direction to solve it for themselves, it's invaluable, an invaluable way of delivering results. So, in summary, number 1, build rapport. Number 2, be responsive. And number 3, deliver results and follow through. I'm going to leave you with this caveat as well. You may look at this video and think, wow, those are a lot of things that we have to do. this must take a lot of time. We have to do a lot of exercise over here and do this and do all of this kind of analysis. Oftentimes, what I find what happens is people that are new to the digital marketing space or any service industry will overservice for what they're charging. Finding a balance that makes sense is key because your time is worth something too. I'll discuss this in a later video. You could see it on my channel. And I actually have templates that can help you evaluate the amount of time that you spend per client and lay out the expectation that you're not only delivering results and being responsive, but you're also being accountable to your own time. That's all I got for today, folks. I will see you next time on the next video. See ya.